What's good, Boxing World? BFV back to hit you with another one, too. Shout out to the Chain G5 Jeff TV, VP Shane. I'd be remiss if I didn't hit you with a segment that we dubbed The Blunt Truth, an old tag name that brought me into this YouTube boxing world. And I got to get back to it. I kind of been strategic with my wordplay when I'm doing my channel, and I try not to be too harsh and just kind of keep everything copacetic on the channel, so to speak. But from time to time, man, you really got to just be raw about boxing topics and what's going on in the boxing world. What you see in front of you is all cap. I'm sure y'all all can read it. I'm sure y'all all heard about this statement and how boxing finds itself in a moral position to think that they're going to put their foot down or wag their finger at somebody. This Putin, this Russia, this ain't your business. To be honest, this is not boxing business. This has nothing to do with boxing. Boxing does not have such a big leg in Russia, in the Ukraine, outside of the production of athletes. There are not major boxing events going on in those two particular countries. Not to say that they're not a big part of boxing, but we're not sanctioning events and this, that, and the third. Like, you're not telling anybody anything, man. Like, this doesn't mean anything. This is just terrible, bro. Like, to think that this is going to change the course of events, when boxing has had the opportunity throughout history to actually do something about societal events, about morals, take a moral stance on certain events. Let's just take Ali's situation back in the day with him being stripped of his title for not wanting to be drafted into a war. You didn't do anything about that. Guys didn't fight to make sure Ali wasn't stripped. You guys didn't say, well, until that situation takes its own natural course, we'll still recognize Ali as the world champion. He never lost his belt inside the ring. Like, I just don't get it, where you could pick and choose where you want to put your foot down and wag your finger, like I spoke on earlier in the video. Like, this is terrible. None of these dudes on here, Suleiman, Francisco, Gilberto, this dude Peoples, none of these dudes are in a position to get boxing fans, paying boxing fans, to be like, yo, they right. That's a big move, strong move. We as boxing fans support what you guys are doing. You guys allow terrible decisions inside the boxing ring to take place, and you don't do anything about it. We just had one of the worst decisions take place in the new year, which has been full of bad decisions in boxing, and a lot of it taking place on that side of the planet. These bad judgments, these things like this, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it takes place inside these boxing entities. The WBC been a part of just a recent bad call on PBC with a so-called highly ranked amateur fighter getting an interim title shot, whoop-de-whoop. Obviously, he lost the fight. Shout out to Mikhail Fox in that situation. I don't even remember dude's name, but it was all cap, and boxing is doing nothing about it. So now you find yourself on some moral high ground. You guys had a chance to do something about all the mass killing of unarmed black people in this country by police officers. I've never seen you guys come together and say, we're not sanctioning fights in Vegas. We're not sanctioning fights in California. We're not sanctioning fights in Florida or any other state in this union where unarmed black people have been killed by the police, blatantly shot down and murdered by the police. You never got together to do anything about that. But now you find yourself trying to speak on an international situation that basically, really, let's be honest, don't have nothing to do with boxing. It don't have nothing to do with where the heart of boxing actually takes place, which is in the West, in America. We are the heart of boxing. We're the soul of boxing. We put boxing on the map. The world recognizes boxing from the athletes that we produce, and they get their fame in this country. You understand what I'm talking about, man? This, like I said, man, this is a blunt truth. We hitting you with our raw emotional feelings about this, man. This, man, all four of these dudes get the middle finger. Like, boxing right now is getting the middle finger from me, bro. Like, this is terrible. I had to watch that Catterall Taylor fight again, and it was cap, bro. It was pure cap, man. That was a bad decision. And like I said, there's a chance for these entities currently to do something about that. They ain't speaking on that, but they got something to say about a war and a so-called invasion that ain't got nothing to do with us. Literally nothing to do with us. Let that thing play out. And then I could see you commenting back later on down the line on how you feel about it, wop-de-wop, this, that, and the third. But currently, you think you so-called, quote-unquote, not sanctioning fights over there means something to Putin and any of them other leaders from over there? Man, that shit cap, bro. None of these dudes get no respect. None of these entities getting no respect, man. Big shout out to everybody that tap in with the team. Big shout out to G5 Jeff TV. Shout out to Stay Ready for the post that I was able to use from IG. And that's my 1-2 on this situation, man. And I hope we all speaking up about this. So maybe these dudes will really start listening to who matters. And that's the paying boxing fans of these organizations, man. So like I said, it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. But you got to tell the blunt truth when you speaking on these sort of things. But leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And again, man, I appreciate all the support, man. Boxing First Vlog, I'm gone.